today I wanted to share some tips with you on bathing your standard poodle or poodles in general. If you're going to be grooming your poodle all of its life, I recommend you invest in a grooming tub, or just get a regular human tub and raise it up, because it'll save your back. Especially if you have a little toy poodle, you're going to be bending down in your bath so low. But you want to get one raised up. But if you don't mind bending, that's up to you. And what I want to share with you is the shampoo. You want to pick a nice quality shampoo and conditioner. There's conditioner you can put on in the tub. There's leave-in conditioners. There's also sprays that you spray in after the dog is washed and towel dried before you blow dry him. If you're just grooming your one pet, you might consider just getting like a 16 fluid ounce jar of shampoo that's ready to use. Sometimes you can get it concentrated, but I use the gallons because I am a professional groomer and I have 2 standard poodles. So if you just got the one dog, I don't really recommend you getting a gallon unless you wash your dog like weekly, because these gallons do expire and they lose their smell and they just use their ability to work. So because there's a lot of shampoo in there, you might not use it for a whole year. It might last, but I don't recommend that. I recommend just getting the smaller ones, either a concentrate or one you mix with water. And if you get the one mixed with water, you want to get a mix-in bottle like I have here. And basically, I just put some concentrated shampoo in the bottom and fill it with water. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So when I use my concentrated shampoo, I get this empty bottle and I make sure it's emptied and cleaned every day. If you're going to mix your shampoo with the concentrated and put water in there, never save the bottle for the next shampooing, as once water is with the shampoo, it starts to grow bacteria. Like, say you mixed it up and you save it on the shelf and you're going to use it a week or 2 or a month later, it's no good. It's going to get your dog's, you're going to have problems with your dog's skin. It's not, it'll be all like slimy and everything else. So always make a fresh batch of shampoo. So what I do is I use about 2 squirts, and a bit, I didn't get a full squirt. So you don't need a lot of shampoo when it's concentrate. And then I fill the rest with water. Now for the water, you want to use like warmer water. You don't want to use hot water, obviously, or cold water. You just want to use like tepid water, like warm water. Just remember, if you use hot water, dogs get hotter than people do. So you just want to use a nice, warm temperature, not too cold and not too hot. So what I do is I let the water run to make sure I'm getting my right temperature. And then I just use this funnel here and I fill it up to the top. The bubbles coming out. And then you have to shake it up. Now there's various ways to wash a poodle, like various methods, and there's other tools as well. There's other tools that you can use instead of just using a bottle. There's something called a hydrosurge, where you fill up the tub with a bit of water. You put your hydrosurge in there, and the water and shampoo come out at the same time. And another method is, like I've already mixed the shampoo, instead of wetting my dog, I can just pour the shampoo on the dog and rub it in without wetting the dog first. So that way you save some water, because sometimes what we do is we wet them all over first and then add the shampoo. But since the shampoo is already mixed with water, you really don't need to wet them. But his coat is long, so I might have to wet him first, because when it's really long, it's sometimes better to use the water first and then to apply the shampoo. And another way as well, if you want to, wet your dog, and just if you have a gallon, if you want to use that, or any shampoo that's a concentrate, just put it in your hand and you rub it around, and then you can lather it on your dog. But when you do it that way, you're going to use a lot of shampoo. So if you want to save on shampoo, it's better to do it the opposite way. But if you got a little toy poodle, sometimes that's good, because it stretches actually. See, it goes all the way down his leg. So, but I find you might use too much shampoo doing it that way. And there's also a frothing method that you can do to wash your dog. It's basically you put your shampoo and water together and you get a frother, Just like when you frothing cream, it turns into a cream basically, and you pour it on a dog, and it's really creamy. But I found something that works really well that I found on Amazon. This is a little ducky. So you put a little bit of concentrated shampoo and then fill with water, shake it up, and then you push this button here and watch this. It's going to be like cream coming out. There it comes. Just write your name. O A Sis. Well, I tried anyway, but this comes in really handy. You can just, well, basically pour it all over the dog. Just avoid the face. I would, when you're doing the face, I would put it on your hand. See that? This looks like shaving cream, and it is like cream, and it's very nice. It's more like a luxury bath. This is more like frothing, like I was telling you, and I really like it. It's fun, it's cute, and look at how fast this will go all over his body. Isn't that amazing? Kind of neat. And then you just kind of lather all that in, and it feels really nice. It's soft, it's creamy. So there's another way you can actually bathe your dog. And then basically the other way is just wet your dog down all over. He's got a lot of hair, so I probably would have done that first, but it seems to be, the other one seems to be working. So you want to wet your dog down. Right, and then you add your shampoo and then just scrub them. Scrub them with your hand. Oh, look, looks nice and creamy. When I wash my poodle, I always leave the head for last. So what I do is I do his body, just do the legs, whatever, honey, and make sure to get under that tail. And the groin, you want to turn your hose upside down, and the hose is important as well. This is a heavy duty like restaurant hose. It's really powerful. Look at it, look at how powerful this is. It gets right through that coat. There's also another attachment that you can use that attaches to a hose, and there's shampoo in it, sort of like a hydro surge. So when you use it, the shampoo and water come out at the same time. I'll put a link for one of those down below as well. But check out my links down below. I'll put down a grooming poodle grooming link down below. This is my Amazon store. And if you're looking for any equipment to groom your dog, it's all there. Good boy. So yeah, I'll do the body, the legs, under the groin, of course, under the tail, the feet. And when you do the feet, you want to make sure you lift up the legs and get inside those toes and inside the pads, because that's where it's the dirtiest. All right, they're walking outside and everything, they get knots. And then look at all this hair, I gotta trim that out. Scrub it between each toe. The nail, check the nails, because sometimes around the nail beds, they can accumulate some dirt, or if they got a yeast problem, use your nail, your thumbnail, to get that off. If they got a yeast problem, you want to talk to your vet about that. But some dogs that I groom have that, and I got to use my nails to remove that, because you want the nail to breathe. So make sure you really, really scrub it. And the feet are the smelliest. They smell like popcorn or nachos, right? Tortillas. They stink sometimes. They really, really smell. So that's what I would be doing. I wash the body, the legs, hair under the tail, and the tail. Also, if your dog likes to get away, there's all these products that can help keep your dog in the tub. If you have tile and a tub like this or another grooming tub, sometimes grooming tubs come with an attachment for these loops that you just put on around them like that to hold them in. He's got one on that's on lower. I got these hooks back here. I got 4 of them, depending on the size of the dog. And just make sure they're for bathing. You don't want to use the other loops that you use on your grooming table. The material ones, this is for bathing. It's like waterproof. And then there's other ones. Instead of putting the nail in your wall, you can get these attachments. They're like suction cups. They suction to the bottom of the tub or the wall. And also for the bottom of your tub. You want to make that safe, especially if you got elderly dogs, nervous dogs, because they're going to slip around. This is a full mat, a non-slip mat, because he is almost 14, but any dog, I'm always using a mat because it's very slippery on the bottom. So you want to get yourself a bath mat and something to restrain the dog. But this is what I use. Make sure you lift up the tail. So sometimes they have like, dried up feces under there. You want to be able to soak it so that it can come off easily. He doesn't really have very much there, but I like to soak it. Soak it with water and then with the shampoo. So for the tail, I like to scrub it like this. Just go down the length. And then of course, under the rectum there. You can't be afraid to scrub the rectum. Right, Oasis? You can wear gloves if you like the, those plastic gloves. If you're very wary of doing that, but if you got a dog, you got to do it. And then again, I'm scrubbing his back foot. He's very ticklish. And the groin, you got to get right under there. Even do the pee-pee area underneath. If your dog's not neutered, well, you got to clean that anyways. You got to clean the area where their jewels hang. And if it's a female, you got to clean that too, because the females, they can have all this debris around it. So you really got to keep that clean because they're prone to skin infections around there if it's dirty all the time and there's mats around it. You got to really clean up that area. Good boy, good job. Good boy. Okay, once I did the body on both sides, I move on to the head now, and I'm just going to use my regular bottle because if I use the spray bottle, I don't want it to, accidentally spray into his eyes because he does move a lot for his head as well. It's just more like a safety issue. All right, so just always be careful of getting water inside the ears. When you do the outside of the ears, you can just lay them flat like this, scrub them like that. But you do have to get around the hole, like the opening. He's got dirty ears, we got to clean that. So what I do is I pull all this forward around his ear opening and wash all that. And got to wash the leather of the ear as well. I'll be washing the ear opening after. I'm just going to get what I can. Like the shampoo part's not too bad. It's when you use the water. You don't want to get water in there. Clean water's okay though, but if it's dirty, his ears are dirty, so. But that's how I would clean an ear. Really want to scrub it, go down like that. We just got to wet the back of your neck. He's got a lot of hair there. You got a lot of hair, so I'm going to add some water. So I didn't do under his neck yet. I just do that when I do his head. He's got a very fluffy face today. Come here. So I'm going to wet that. Trying not to get it in his nostrils. What I do is I point his nose downwards. You don't want it upwards. And then you're going to spray it in his nose. Right in the nostrils. You don't want that to happen. So just point the nose like downwards. Wet it. Go around the eyes. You got dirty and you got dirt in your eyes. That's going to come out. Now the ear's folded down, so there's no chance of getting hair or water in the ear when it's just down, unless I move. Alright, so I always kind of do the nose last because, oops, what are you doing? You're going to fall over. Get in there, buddy. Because as you can see, he's licking his nose, he's licking his lips. And if they lick the shampoo, then they possibly can vomit. It doesn't taste good, obviously. So I save the nose for the very last thing that I do. Now I just go slowly around his eyes because he does have the crusties here, and this is when you can use your nails, or you can use this little comb that I'm going to show you if you don't want to use your nails. So this is a face comb. You can see how close the teeth are together. Could be called a cat comb as well. It's not a flea comb. Flea combs are closer together, and you don't want to use a flea comb. So let me see if I can get closer. Yeah, you see how close the teeth are? This is perfect for just combing the corners of the eyes if you don't want to use your nail, or even around the eyes. He's got gunk on his like little eyelashes. Don't poke the eyes, of course. And this can do a good job of just cleaning the eye corners. Right, see, he's got a little bit of stuff in there. And I like to rinse that right away because, again, there's shampoo around his eyes. I don't want it dripping into his eyes. What are you doing, buddy? Okay, now I'll do your nose. So I just put shampoo on the top of his nose. This, you can see he doesn't like it. He's backing up further and further. You're going to be out of the camera. Let me move you closer. And then basically I tried to keep his mouth like closed, kind of hold his mouth closed. Make sure you get right here. This is an area that, anyways, my experience with groomers, that they miss this area. It's always like greasy and dirty at the end. So get around the eyes. Don't lick your lips. And I'm just pouring it underneath his chin. Where are you going? He's going so far back. And now you're licking your lips. Oh, lick your teeth. So they do have this fold in their bottom lip, but he's going to get a clean face, so I'm not too worried about that. There's a fold right here that gets full of debris, food, and whatnot, and sometimes actually you can get infected. So always make sure you look at that. And if you keep, oh, sorry, that noise. So if you keep a fluffy face, come here, where are you? You're twisted up. If you want to keep a fluffy face on your poodle, clean that up. Clean it up. Sometimes it's very greasy. Sorry, I just keep dropping that shampoo bottle and it's making noise. You want to clean it really well. If you got a degreasing shampoo or just a little dab. Where are you going? Get up. Just a dab. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Just a dab of like dish soap. Just a dab. You can put it right here. Are you? Come here. Can you see this? Hang on, let me move it up because he's just not cooperating. I need to hire a camera person. But anyways, you'll see it. Look at your dog's lips. There's a little fold right in there. And it's always like greasy. But I like to really clean that out. Even when I shave them, you'll see, you know, the greasy lip area. I like it nice and clean. Okay, don't lick. And then I'm going to rinse, putting his nose down toward the ground. So always make sure you have a hand on the dog. Some might go up his nose because it sneeze it out, but you don't want to intentionally put it up there. And you want to use caution, of course. Because dogs can actually drown if you put water up their nose. It actually happened. I remember a story about that, of a dog, and he washed it. And it was one of those dogs with a short face. And the dog moved and they put the water right up his nostrils. He didn't die right away, but he died because all the water and choking and all that stuff. That was awful. And usually because this is short hair here, I usually just wash his face once. Because it's the, you know, the part they don't like, of course. If they're really dirty and greasy, you're going to have to wash it twice. So let me just show you when I rinse his ears. Where are you? Now you're okay. I really need a camera person, sorry. Now I have to turn this lower, but he's going to go higher. Okay, Oasis. Let's show everybody, okay? So I just hold his ear like this. Rinse down. This part is okay because you're not actually going to get water in his ear when you're doing the outside of his ear. So it's just the inside. Same way as when you shampooed it. Kind of hold them and just go gently around the opening here. Oh, I really got to clean your ear. Another thing you can do is just, see the hole? You just close it, and then you can rinse it like that. So it's closed. No water is going to go in there, and it doesn't hurt them. Right, buddy? Alright, I'm going to turn them around. Oh, you both your ears are dirty. I can make a video on how to clean your ears after. Alright, so he's basically washed all over one time. I washed him twice. The first time is to remove the surface dirt, and the second time is to do a deep cleansing. So what I'll do is I'll rinse them all off and then re-shampoo him. The second shampoo doesn't take as long as the first shampoo because the shampoo goes through like a lot easier because they're half clean. And yeah, so I like to give them a rinse, and I don't really rinse like 100%. It's okay if you miss some, some shampoo because you're just going to rinse it off at the end. Rinsed them all off, and I looked under his tail. I do see 2 little pieces of feces, and I use this face comb as well. You're going to wash it obviously in between, and I'm just using this instead of using my nails. I don't want the feces up my nails, So you can use that comb for this area as well, and just rinse the comb, and you can wash it in between. So now his butt area is clean. That's just pigment. The dark stuff you see, that's just pigment. He's an older dog, and you can see how he's struggling a little bit. But he's a good boy. All old dogs do that. Alright, so this is the second wash, and I just want to show you how much quicker that the shampoo goes through the hair. It just feels more luxurious. What's that word? I can't describe it, but anyway, it feels wonderful. And it goes through a lot quicker because the coat is basically half clean. So you just want to repeat what I've done for the first bath. You're going to do it all over. I don't do the face the second time unless it's necessary and it's really dirty. I might clean out those little pockets in his lips, and that's it. Then I'll rinse them off. He's all washed the second time. He's sudsed up. So now I got to rinse him. So now is the time to decide if you want to add any conditioner, or you want to do it on the table. You want to use a spray on, or you want to do both. So what I like to do is get my conditioner. Now when you're using conditioner, you don't have to use a lot. And if you froth conditioner, it's a really good experience. You only need a little bit, and because it's very hard to rinse it off as well. So I like to use just very minimal. I'm probably going to need more than that. And I add it in while the shampoo is still on the dog. It just saves you from rinsing twice, right? You put it on, and when you rinse the dog, the conditioner will, distribute all over the dog, and that way you don't have to rinse and then apply conditioner. So this will, you just put on a little bit, and once you wet it, it will basically spread out. So now he's got the conditioner on. I mean, you don't have to do it this way, but I kind of like it, and I do this, and actually when they're on the table, I will use a spray, and it just makes their coat really nice and ready for a grooming, a haircut, and their hair feels wonderful, and it just helps overall. It helps with the coat, and it maintains it longer, keeps them in good shape, and it smells delicious. Alright, you can kind of see how creamy that is coming off. So when you use conditioner on top of the shampoo, or just even after the bath, it will take longer to rinse your dog than it would with shampoo. So you really gotta rinse a lot and then test it with your hands, which I'll be showing you. Now when you're rinsing your dog, like the final rinse, you really gotta rinse them really, really well. And how you do that is just like when you wash your own hair. You use your hands and you feel for any like slippery areas, which would be the shampoo or conditioner. You can actually feel that. But what you want to do is concentrate underneath their legs, on their groin. You want to lift up their tail course, you want to rinse the tail as well. You want to go under their bellies, under their underarms. These are some areas that may be forgotten. Under their, under their undersides, everywhere. Under their ears, you turn their ears around, and under their chest, there's a lot of groomers, or not groomers, new groomers that forget to rinse these areas as well. Underneath their face, of course, but he's already rinsed. So what you want to do is the most important part is down their legs, because when you're rinsing everything off, everything's going down, right? It's going down toward the feet. So sometimes the feet are so slippery, full of shampoo, full of conditioner, because the conditioner does take longer to wash off than the shampoo. So you want to the last thing you want to do is do the feet and use your hands, and you can just feel it. So right now he feels really good. And a good way to test this is the squeak test. Listen, let's see if we can hear it without the water running. So when you rub your hands along the fur, it's going to squeak. Hear this? He's squeaky, squeaky clean. And then you want to just rinse him out. You can use your hands to, not rinse them. Oopsie baby. You know, you're squeezing off the water. And you can feel, sometimes you'll do this, even myself, I've been groomer for years, I'll feel an area like I do right here. If you feel it slippery, extra slippery, again, just won't get your hose again, and start rinsing. So that feels better now. So you just want to squeeze off, extra water from him, from your poodle. Still squeeze it off. Let him shake if they want to shake. Let him shake. He'll get wet unless you run away and back up. So, and then you want to invest in some chamois. These chamois soak up a lot of water. So you want to rub this all over the dog to get as much water off as you can. So I'll be doing that. Then you want to invest in some nice towels that soak up a lot of water. So basically these get off a lot of water, and their dog's almost like, I don't know, I would say 60% dry. And then you would use your towel, get as much dry as you can. And then you're going to do the blow drying, which I will show in a different video. So you just want to make sure they're all like dry. You rub the hair, and especially the nose. I'm going to be clipping that because I don't like that to be blow dried too much on the nose. Nice and clean, nice and clean and dry. Yeah, so hopefully you picked up some tips. Let me know if you learned anything or if I forgot anything. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. I'll be doing grooming videos and just my dogs, going on walks or whatever they're doing. Just regular fun videos and a lot of grooming videos because I gotta groom my dogs often. So hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next video.